Hi, I'm Muir with GeorgeIrisDiscDollars.com. I had some recent messages lately about some things some people would like for me to discuss. They asked me a little bit about my videos and stuff. It seems like some of them they haven't seen the beginning phases, some have seen the later ones. So after talking to some people yesterday, I thought I'd go back over the backhand throw. The backhand is that time you want to go out there and throw that frisbee to your dog. It's usually that throw you just pick up and you throw. You don't really know much about throwing a frisbee or a disc, but you just know that's the throw. You don't know why. You didn't even know it was called a backhand. It's called a backhand because the back of your hand is leading the throw. So it's the most basic of all throws. You might go to your world championships, you might be at your local park. The majority of the throws you see are going to be the backhand. Even in competitions, a lot of times you're going to see some of your top competitors in the freestyle events, they're going to throw, they might throw 25 throws. They might throw 5, 6, 7 different throws. But usually about 80% of their throws are the backhand because it's the most comfortable, the steady. It's that throw your dog can go out there and get. You're the most comfortable putting it in their zone. So I'm going to go back over this backhand throw again a little bit and try to emphasize some things. However I'm teaching this, I'm teaching it off throwing as a right-hander. Just reverse it to your left hand to what I'm saying. It is a easy throw to grip. There's a couple different grips. There is the power grip. Power grip. Just like that. But the most standard grip, a lot of people will take it in 2 hands, 2 fingers, set it up, wrap their fingers around, finger, thumb. A lot of times you're going to have a lot of RPMs when you throw these throws, and all your throws you want RPMs. So you're going to tuck it in your hand so once it releases you'll be able to get more RPMs off of it. You're going to take it back to your left, top of your left chest area. Okay? Left chest area. You're going to put a good hyzer on it. A hyzer is the angle of the disc. You want to maintain that hyzer throughout the throw, even upon release point. Different brands, different models of disc, you're going to find a different hyzer. Different wind conditions, different weather conditions. You might have to mess with your hyzer a little bit too. But that's what that warm-ups are for. Before the tournament, when you go out there, they're not just for socialization. Go out with others, with your peers. Go out there and learn your throws. What's going to be the proper hyzers on throws. You want to act like you've got water on your fingertips. You want to release that water from your fingertips. Whew. You want that fingertip, that water going toward the target you're trying to throw it at. Well, that angle. A lot of times what's going to happen, people are going to throw that disc, it's going to go to the left. The right-handed thrower. That means you let go of it too early. Or it's going to go to the right. That means you let go of it too late. A lot of times that reason for it going to the right, and that's predominantly a lot of times which way you see your bad throws going, is because people have either held on to it too long, or they've also taken out their hyzer. And see that disc is angled to go to the right upon release point. They think they're doing it right. But they don't realize at the very end when that disc is, if they slow it down on the camera, they'll see that it's flailing to the right. So you want to maintain that hyzer on that release point. Another thing I've noticed in some of the videos on people throwing and stuff is a lot of times you got to keep your balance on your lower body. You got to squeeze that energy out of your lower body. Everything comes down to what happens at the very end of your throw. If you're leaning forward, your disc can start going up and down like that. You want to maintain the flat balance. The balance is torquing. You see the hips. You want them hips rotation. Follow through. Hyzer. Start back here. Checkpoint. Now, there's more to the distance throw. I'm not a big distance thrower. I wish I was. I've had some shoulder surgeries. But they'll take the steps and they'll bring it back here. It seems like they'll bring it back 3 feet behind their body sometimes when they throw them things. They can throw them so well. They'll be holding it, just exploding. But you'll notice they're always keeping that balance too. So you don't want to be leaning over way off your front foot. You don't want that back leg picking up. You don't want that front leg picking up like that. You want to maintain balance. You want your hips rotation, your legs relaxed, and everything on your throws. So we're going to talk about the backhand. 2 fingers. Do not put that finger up here on this rim, this index finger, when you're throwing that, because that messes with your accuracy. It messes with your stability. It messes with a lot of different factors. You take that finger down, you're either going to find out you want the power grip, you're going to want your finger there, or like a majority of people, they just barely bring it down. Where it's barely coming down. They got it tucked in the palm of their hand. You're going to see that. That's your backhand. Backhand, they're releasing it this way. A lot of times when you see that backhand release your hand, it's okay. It's not going to go perfectly straight. You're actually going to be aiming just a little bit to the right of your target. And it's going to come back in. It's going to stabilize. That disc is going to come back and stabilize. Sometimes actually when I'm teaching, I'll put somebody out there in front of me at a distance, and I'll make the other person throw around that person just enough to understand that angle. That disc will straighten back out. The bad thing is that disc comes no hyzer, throwing it straight. Next thing you know, the wind and other things pick up the stability and throw it off target. Okay? You want to think RPMs. You want to snap that thing off your wrist. Snap. Snap. Snap it off your wrist. You want that thing fleeing. You want them RPMs. You want that hot knife, like that hot knife butter blade, just cut through that butter. Shoo! Cut through that wind. You want it to cut that wind. The less RPMs, that thing starts to get unstable. You have them unstable discs, think about them RPMs. So, backhand, let's start thinking about it. Boom. Hyzer, hip rotation. Let's keep that target. Water on your fingertips, going toward that target. Sometimes when things aren't going good with your throws, just sit there and think, say, oh yeah, I want to relax, and just throw some. I know your thumb doesn't end up all the way straight down when you release that thing, but when you're warming up, you can over-exaggerate something. Take it. Take it. People go, well, my disc flies straight up all the time. Because you start out right here, and you don't realize it. You start here, and you drop, and you go up. That disc goes where you throw it. I know that sounds kind of simple, but it's going to go where you throw it. So a lot of times people take it, and they drop it. Like this. It's boom. It's like you've just strung that arrow. You're shooting that arrow. Boom. That arrow's going straight down there. That arrow's got that hyzer. Boom. So think hyzer on that backhand. Relax. Boom. Hyzer. Good grips. Everything. That grip doesn't have to be super tense. You got to have a good grip. You got to understand. You got to go out there and practice. That throw will work into the wind, against the wind, side to side, either way. You go out there and throw in that wind. You get used to that wind and everything. It's up to us to throw to our dogs the right way, or they can get hurt. Just remember, good grip, tuck it for RPMs, good hyzer, follow through, balance, take it toward that, throw them hips out toward that target, hand out, reach out there and handshake or point it. Try to finish up, just point at that target with your index finger. If you have to, just point. Point. Alright? So I'm Mark Muir with GeorgiaIrishDiscDogs.com. I hope this helped you. Thank you.